Hello, how's it going? Today I am in Budapest, in Hungary. So I am actually quite hungry myself. Um, that was, yeah, that was worse than a dad joke. I mean, I don't even know what level of joke that was really. Today we'll talk about social media, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, these social media platforms that have been turned into porn sites. What? What am I talking about? Porn sites? No, porn is Pornhub, right? Yeah, I don't know about that. I think social media is full of porn nowadays. It really is. I used to use social media to seek out sexual content with the addicted part of my mind convincing me with some bullshit junky thinking that it was okay because it wasn't a porn site. Have you ever done that yourself? Have you ever been scrolling, secretly seeking for some sexual content, going on the explore page, hoping maybe you see something a little bit naughty? Well, yeah, a lot of people do that, to be honest with you, and we want to get you crystal clear on the truth, because the truth is, if you're scrolling on social media, one, that's very likely to be a compulsive behaviour anyway. And for me, my whole work is about eliminating all compulsivity, getting to a position where you have permanent mental freedom, complete clarity, empowerment, knowing that every day, every moment, in fact, you're making choices you're proud of. You literally eliminate every single behavior in your life that you want to stop doing. So first of all right, if you're scrolling, well, to me, that probably is compulsive anyway. Second of all, and here's the really important part, what can happen is the addictive part of the mind can convince you with this bullshit that it's okay if you happen to stumble upon some sexual content. But are you really stumbling? If you're taking your phone out of your pocket, you've already got this app downloaded on your phone, and then you click into it, and then you start scrolling. All right, well, in what part of that is stumbling? Like, what part have you just slipped up and happened to come across some sexual content? Every step of the way, you've had a choice. From the moment you chose to download that social media program, whatever it is, the application, I should say. So yeah, I mean, do you want to live your life like that? That's the question, really. And there's a simple answer. Like, the answer is no. So I just wanted to make a video talking about this because in the past it was one of the biggest barriers preventing me from getting this place where I was really trying to overcome porn to actually get into the other side where I'm at now, where my brain's rewired and I'm free from this desire. So the journey that I took, like from getting here to here, was help. Like I went and got help because you know what? This is an interesting point as well. I was gonna say then, because I knew I needed help, but I didn't. I actually had no idea I needed help at all because I believed I was like this hero of my own journey and that I wanted to do it for myself and that obviously I wanted to commit to quitting porn. But what had happened for 9 years is I told myself I would do that, and I'd go a few days and then it became a few weeks. Because what happened for me, and I don't know if everyone knows this, but for me, when I started out, a few days was a big achievement. Like when I first started doing NoFap, I was like, yeah, like I'm thriving now. If I'm on like day 5, day 6, I'm like, oh my God, I got all this energy, like wow. And then what happened is the sort of milestones that I was reaching on the NoFap streak started to increase, and it started to be like, okay, 2 weeks. And I remember there was a time where I found it really hard between these certain days, and then it's like that became like this point of the journey where I was like, man, I'm coming up to maybe like day like 16 now, like I don't know if I can make it. Like, it's funny looking back on it because now with the education I've had from Mary Paulus, and we'll get onto her in a bit, but with the education and the mindset I have on all of this now, I can see that old thought pattern was just classic junky thinking coming from the addictive part of my mind. So anyway, I thought I could be like the hero of my own journey, but what happened for 9 years is I was wrapped up in this circle, this cycle, just going round and round. So those streaks did get longer. I broke the 16-day mile mark, started doing 30 days, then 60 days, then eventually hit 90, and then I'd choose to engage. Relapse back down, all right. I'm destroyed mentally. Confidence has vanished. See you later, mate. And I'd just be this guy, just lost, with this world around me thinking, oh my God, how have I ended up here again? Disconnected from reality, lost in my own head, in my own thoughts, just going around in circles. And then I'd be relapsing again for a while, and then eventually I'd get back on a streak, and then round again. And that was my life for years and years. And I honestly thought one day I'd get out of that cycle, because I just thought, well, you know what, these streaks are getting longer, so I must be doing something right. If you're still relapsing, you're still in the addiction. It doesn't matter how long your streak is. So anyway, I got lucky because Mary Paulus, this addiction recovery expert, worked in addiction over 35 years. She actually found me, so I wasn't even seeking her. It all came about through this like podcast guest website where they were looking for people to go on each other's podcasts and stuff. So they sent me like this spreadsheet of like 50, 60 people who wanted to come on my podcast. Mary Portis was one of those people. We started talking, and she actually said to me, look, Tom, I think you've still got a problem. Like, you're still relapsing, you're still in the addiction. Do you want coaching? And only when she said to me, look, you still got a problem, did I ever take her up on that opportunity, that offer, and go, yeah, you know what? Let's give this a go. Let's try something else out. Went through her program, changed my thought patterns, changed my perspective on many, many things, got out of what we call feelings of deprivation, started to actually connect to the compulsive desire instead of always running away from it with meditation or walking or gym, journaling, self-improvement, podcasts, just temporary motivation, therapy, all these other things that I tried in the past where I was essentially running away from the urges. I wasn't actually getting into them and changing the thought patterns in those moments when you have that urge. So I started to do that instead with a very specific 5-fact script. But anyway, I managed to change my brain. And now what I realise is I look back and I see that with the social media, the addicted part of my mind was spinning me in circles with the junkie thinking that this is okay because it's not a porn site. But that was bullshit. It was never okay. And the consequences of it were just as bad as watching porn. And what I want to get across in this video more than anything is that you're not helpless. You have a choice with every single thing you do. No one can ever take away your choice. But because our society is now designed in this way where social media is ubiquitous, almost everyone's on it, most people spend parts of their day scrolling. Because of all of that, it's become so normalized and common that many people, when they're in the porn addiction, they think it's all right. And here's my advice. I would really recommend choosing from a place of empowerment, from a place of I've got a choice here, to abstain from social media for a period of time. Definitely the scrolling part in particular. You know, I've still got the Messenger app with my friends. I still have this YouTube app, I suppose, to post these videos. And I talk with my mates quite a lot in Messenger. That's still, you know, it's good times to be fair. But I think it's the scrolling for me. It's that unexpected potentiality for seeing sexual content. It's just insane. It really is. And it's going to make it really, really hard to go through withdrawal correctly, because what you want to do is actually have a day where you go, okay, I'm stopping this behavior now, stopping it correctly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some temporary discomfort. Every time I have an urge, I'm going to think it through. I'm going to experience the desire. And then you think it all the way through. Our clients do that with a 5-fact script, like one piece of paper. Think all the way through, and then you've dealt with that urge. You get through the other side and you're like, holy, I don't want to swear, but you're like, oh my God, this works. Like, I can deal with urges. I've got a choice here. You get through the other side and you do that repeatedly. You start to realize, like, whoa, I don't have to be a slave to these temporary desires anymore. I'm actually good. I'm beyond all this. And then you start applying it to other areas of your life. Start applying it to more and more areas. And you realize that literally every single moment of your day can be spent living with intention, and you literally do not, and I don't really like saying the word not actually, so let's reframe that. You literally never spend time engaging in compulsivity. Never spend time doing something that you want to stop doing. You stop all those behaviors. Get through the other side. And then you're going to have so much more mental clarity, space, openness. You're going to be connecting with your family more, connecting with your partner more if you've got a partner, your friends. And then you're going to have a lot more energy as well to go and pursue and create the life you want to live. for me, right now, this year, that involves going traveling once a month. I'm not spending tons of money or anything, but going away once a month and living with intention, seeing a bit of the world. So that's why, I've ended up here, like in Budapest, in Hungary. Last month I was in Seville in Spain. The month before I was in Portugal. It's good. And this has all happened through me completely eliminating all compulsive behaviours and then having the space and clarity to think through, okay, well, now let me actually get to building the life I really do want to live instead of always trying to temporarily run away from the life I didn't want to live. I really don't think I would have got here where I've got this freedom without the productivity, the energy, the mental space, the clarity, the confidence which I've experienced from getting through the withdrawal, through getting through an addiction correctly, from overcoming all these compulsive behaviours. And it is possible for you. And the starting place is to stop letting the addictive part of the mind bully you into believing that you have to be on social media, or that you're going to miss out if you're not on there, or that it's okay to look at sexual content if it's not on a porn site. All of that's bullshit. That's my lesson for today. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.